What's up, family? Welcome to the Toe to Toe Sports Show, where we talk about everything from football to baseball to basketball to boxing. And oh yeah, can't forget about our Dawgs and Gators.
You never know what you'll hear from KB and Steve-O, and you'll never know who you'll see stopping by to kick it with the guys.
So make sure you check us out live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook and YouTube Live. Peace.
I ain't never played sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.
Yes, sir. We back. Look, man, that's not Steve. As y'all can see, Steve is allegedly at the Falcons game where he got a free ticket. Allegedly, I'm glad he didn't pay because who would want to waste their money? But shout out to Steve, you know what I'm saying, to join his Sunday. Hopefully he brings some footage from the game of them taking the L. Of course, we'll go through the NFL picks at the end. And I'm sure Steve will comment about some crazy Falcon stuff. But welcome, Kels, man. Y'all know Kels, familiar face, family, friend of the show. Appreciate you coming on today, my boy.
What's going on? Shout out to Steve. I know he's out there going to the Falcons game and everything. He just gave me an opportunity. So this is going to be an interesting show. I told people I was not going to be biased. So I'm actually going to give my honest opinions about things.
Okay, if y'all don't know, y'all will learn quickly. Kels is a Miami Hurricane fan. If you know, the show is predicated on me and Steve being bitter rivals as far as I'm a Florida fan. He's a UGA fan. And then I take one rival out, put them with another one with Miami. I don't know how I keep ending up in these scenarios. But here we are.
It's all love. It's all love, though. At the end of the day, it's all love and respect. So,
hey, you know it. So, look, since we're talking about Miami and Florida, neither one of us made it to the CFP. We were eliminated week 2 of the season. Y'all allegedly have been eliminated last week. We'll see how the final results come. But so far, we had the conference championships this past weekend. We had. We had the American Championship, Tulane versus North Texas, the Sun Belt Championship, JMU versus Troy, Big Ten, and let's start there. Like Tulane and North Texas, that was a good game. North Texas has like one of the best offenses. My coach now, John Summerall, led his team to his championship, so they'll be in the conference football playoff. So shout out to Coach Summerall. I need to bring some of that good juju to the swamp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? JMU looks like they're going to make it over Miami. They won the Sun Belt, and they just hired Billy Napier. Shout out to Billy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got for you. But Big Ten, let's start there. In case you didn't know, I didn't know until I got in the house, but
wow. Yeah.
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
Not a million years. Not a million years at all.
So did you get to watch the game last night?
Yeah, I got to watch the game. It was a very competitive game, and you just was waiting for Ohio State to just take off. They got a lot of fourth and ones that they didn't get, and then Indiana kept climbing, but then Ohio State's great defense always was stuffing them so they kick a couple field goals, and I think they missed one. But the Heisman winner, in my opinion, made the play of the game. I think it was 32, and he threw a little fade route, like in the back of the end zone. Dude caught it. So I had him winning the Heisman after what he did against Penn State in that wonderful, glorious catch to get the toe down. So, in Ohio State, they just wasn't humming. They wasn't all at the right time. Indiana got I think 6 or 7 sacks. You know, that is kind of like Ohio State protected quarterbacks and everything. And then the field goal kicker shanked the field goal. And the gutsy call on that 36 to throw the ball to end the game.
Now, I get a lot of flack because, we know some Ohio State fans.
Yes.
And I always bring up year to year about missed field goal. Let's see the missed field goal. I mean, you can't write that better than anything. I don't know what it is with their kicker for them to lose by 3, miss the field goal in the final 2 minutes. I absolutely love it. Shout out to Marcus, the best losing team. They're the best team to lose. They're the best, man.
They can't win a Big Ten championships. It's been like what, 4 or 5 years now? It's something like that. It's crazy.
Them boys make that field goal to save their life. I don't know what it is. It's terrible, man. They have some of the worst kicking situations. They definitely overperformed for me this year. Seeing how they started with Texas, I thought they would lose 4 or 5, but the Big Ten is always blessed with a beautiful schedule. So they really didn't have to play anybody except once or twice this year. And we see what happened when they finally got to play Indiana. Kirk Cignetti, OG, led his team to the Big Ten championship. They won. Now they're most likely going to be ranked number 1 in the nation, looking at the easiest route to the national championship.
Go ahead. I think they said like this is their first outright Big Ten win in like 80 years.
Yeah,
long time.
Indiana is a basketball school. Indiana was like the Vanderbilt of the SEC. It was just like, oh, well, they'll be there. But they got the job done, man. I think like you saw, the score was 13-10. Junior Sand, he actually played pretty well. Was 21 for 29, 250 yards. Jeremiah Smith went for 144 yards. But that Indiana defense, man, they legit. They legit. They tough. They look the part. They have size, strength, the trenches. They have everything that you would need for a championship team. Now, later on, we'll go through our kind of like our bracket picks and how we think we're going to end based on what the brackets are today. Of course, the official brackets will drop until Tuesday, but we'll go based off of.
No. It's actually noon. They drop in 10 minutes. Yeah, because it's Sunday. It's like it's no more games left. Besides what, Navy and Army, that's about it.
Oh, we're gonna get a live drop. Stay tuned. We're getting a live drop. So we're gonna go straight off of what they say. But shout out to Indiana, man, for getting the job done. Then the next one we have SEC. It's like I can't get away from it, man. I can't.
Shout out to the Dawgs.
Shout out to the Dawgs. Shout out to Steve. Another SEC championship. Man, I stopped watching the game at like halftime because I went to a concert. So the first part that I saw, I think the last bit was a block punt, and them scoring off the block punt going into halftime. What happened second half?
Oh, it was a disaster because of course Alabama could not move the ball at all. The only touchdown that they get was stupid penalties by the DB number 15 for Georgia, doing like taunting and all that other stuff. But Alabama couldn't get nothing done. They had -3 rushing yards like in their entire existence. I think it's like the second time that they ever had less yards, like -3 rushing yards. Like it was abysmal. Like they couldn't get nothing going. Simpson looked horrible. The Georgia defense came to play. I'm talking about from the front seven to the back end. I mean, they locked Alabama down. And this ain't like the Alabama had been playing terrible for like the last month. And I'll be the one to say like that was an abysmal performance.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. You feel me? It is what it is. I got a video that somebody sent me. I think it was Steve. He tried to send me this video, man, and I am inclined to play it because, I just can't get away from the guy. But yeah, here we are.
BTA. It was literally that.
Them boys was BTA yesterday, man. That defense it's crazy. Like when they get their hands on you, they don't miss tackles. And I think that's something that people don't talk about enough. They tackle extremely well, like excellent. You don't see missed tackles. You don't see a lot of shoulder bumps. You see form, tackle all over the board, man. UGA they don't. Defense.
You have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves, especially when it comes like to the later in the season. You may get them like, beginning of the season, whatever, things happen. But when it comes from, I think, they're near the end of October to now, you have to go beat them because they're not going to beat themselves.
Yeah, they're not. Man, so they're going to get that first round bye. Georgia, I think their quarterback play, like Gunnar Stockton, is just slippery enough. I don't think he's like I don't think he'll be like a, day 1, day 2 draft pick. I think he's just like he can just get there. But their play design is good. Their O-line is physical. This is a physical, dominant team. I think they can be out-schemed, but I don't think you're going to out-tough UGA.
Bobo came to Bobo. I know Steve been giving them a lot of slack. You can't say that, but Bobo came to show up yesterday.
Yeah, he did, man. So shout out to Steve and the Dawgs. That's all it's only so many nice things I can say about them boys.
Yeah, I feel you.
I will say about them boys. Next up, Big 12 championship. Was there any surprise here?
No, that game was terrible because I was looking at the game because this is like my first second time seeing BYU, and they have a quarterback that's a little on the hefty side. So I ain't gonna say anything crazy. The running back is good and they have a good tight end, but like that was it. Like Texas Tech is the complete package. I think they could be a sleeper team to go to the Final Four, if not can compete for the national championship because the transfer portal and like I was looking at their back end. They got a couple of different. Their front four is dangerous. They can run the ball and they can pass the ball and they have a great quarterback. So it was just like for me watching the game. It was like when is Texas Tech going to blow them out? That's how I saw the game.
Yeah, I think Texas Tech has always had like a dominant offense. They have a high flying offense, but like you said, man, their back end, their defense was night and day. I was hoping that we were going to get the defensive coordinator at Florida because him and John Summerall are like this. But I don't think he's leaving. Them boys started spending money. And they're hold on, breaking news. We got somebody that's trying to come on. I knew he couldn't stay away. Steve on the building.
Hey.
Then he left, Steve. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. This guy is crazy. But yeah, he's back. He's back, people. He's back.
My God.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yes.
What's up, guys, man? What's going on, man?
What's going on?
I couldn't stay away, man. I had to come in here and tell y'all about the goodness of Kirby Smart and the greatness of the Georgia Bulldogs. Y'all know.
Congratulations.
I just gave you your props.
I am currently headed down to the stadium to watch the Atlanta Falcons probably get their head beat in by the Seahawks. My football joy comes from Saturdays. You know what I mean? Not Sundays.
Yeah.
Very impressive win yesterday for the Dogs, man. All those young guys stepped up, man. You could tell the defense was locked in. You could tell the defense had a game plan. You can tell them guys went in there with a purpose, and them guys said, "Hey, we ain't gonna back down, bro. We gonna let them have it." So I just understand. Yesterday, a lot of people were talking before the game about Bama and the Kryptonite, but I just felt like this was a different team than the team that we played back in Athens. back in September, I believe it was, like week 3,
Yes.
week 4. So
Yes.
big difference in the two teams, man. Glenn Schumann comes out and does his thing and calls a perfect game almost. He just couldn't get any better. Only thing I want to do is tell them they got to put my boy Gunner in the goddamn Heisman race, man. Gunner had 3
That's not
touchdowns. He
happening.
controlled the whole
That's not
game
happening.
yesterday. The offense was doing what they wanted to do. We got some
He's the
key
game
injuries
manager.
when
They
it
ain't giving it
comes
to
to the
him.
wide receiver spot, man. So we kind of lost some of our explosiveness, our down the field plays with number 5, Big Noah Thomas being out the game. Kobe Young looks like he should be able to maybe get back in time if we can get through the next round. He may be able to play in the national championship game for what I'm hearing. So I think getting Gunner his targets, getting Gunner a healthy offensive line as well. Remember, Bobo didn't play last night for our center position. The rookie did. I mean, the freshman did step up at the
He's
center
getting work.
position last night and do that thing, man. So, we ain't got no complaints about Bobo, man. Bobo a good
Yeah.
guy,
About
and
time. About
no
time.
complaints about Bobo, man. Bobo been cooking all season, man. It may have been 1 or 2 games where Bobo, saying you can look at him and be like, what you doing? But I just wanted to get on him, man, and say the Dawgs won the SEC championship, man, just like I
Nah,
said they would.
con-
It's gonna be scary because
congratulations.
this team is only freshmen and sophomores. So the next year, this next year's team is gonna be even more dangerous. So if they let me win a national championship this year, I'm already calling a back to back. You better get Georgia this year. I'm just letting you
Hey,
know now. You better
I only
get
got
Georgia this year.
I got one thing that I didn't like about the game. 15 need to stop doing what he was doing. Alabama should have been skunked.
Freshman.
Like, there's no way 15. Yeah, I understand that, but going down the line when you're playing against good teams, you can't give them certain. You can't give them certain things. But I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%, man.
Hey
I
man,
agree 1,000% with you. Can't give them
tell
chances. You can't
tell
let them
Kirby.
teams, come in there and do these things like that and break up the mojo. He definitely made some bonehead plays and he definitely did some things that was out of character
Wait a
for
minute.
from a Curry Smart defense. Somebody called my phone, y'all, so I don't know if y'all can hear me
Tell
clear or
Kirby to
not.
stay away from my team, man. He already making calls and stuff. I don't like that. Tell Kirby he need to stay away. If Steve come back on, we'll bring him back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like we were saying, that game was good. I think BYU is always. I think they're always overrated.
Yes.
That's just what I think. They do play hard, but I mean, I think they're overrated. They just benefit from uh, a week Big 12.
No,
Yeah, hey,
100% agree.
my
Steve,
bad. But
tell Kirby to stay away from my team, man. He already making calls to players and all that. If y'all so good,
yeah,
y'all don't need
the
no Gators,
NIL.
man.
So with that win last night too, it's reported that the NIL budget, with that win last night being so impressive, the donors were so impressed. The NIL budget for Georgia went up another $30 million. I'm just telling you what it already was being reported. So I'm just telling them folks that they giving Kirby even more money to go out there because we shouldn't be losing players like Tyler Atkinson to Texas, and people shouldn't be going out of state. They really should be here,
But y'all
man.
was
So
only spending $5 million a year, so y'all are
right.
normal now.
As the
So that we
25
jump
million
up.
comes up.
Yeah. So yeah, go on, add it, man. Another thing too, man, real quick. I know y'all boy probably been talking about it. Texas Tech, man. Texas Tech
That's
really
what I'm talking
impressed
about
me
Yes.
now.
yesterday. Texas Tech really impressed me yesterday. Really showed me something good, man. I expect for them boys to be players. I don't know if people know how to navigate that first round bye because it is different.
Yes.
So last year, all the teams that had a bye, all of them took L's. So I think learning how to navigate that space and learning how to navigate that is something that they'll do different this time around. And yeah, man, is Miami gonna get in the playoff tonight? That's my other question.
We about to find out, and
So
we about to find out in a
and the
couple
show,
minutes.
yes, the show started 12.
Okay, well, yeah, man. Well, yeah, man, y'all boys do your thing, man. I'll catch y'all later, man. Appreciate Kels for jumping in. If you ain't did
Appreciate
that
it.
yesterday, man, make sure y'all hit that follow button. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Yes.
And hit that goddamn share button as well, man. This Stephen J. And I'm out. Y'all enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it, my boy.
Yeah.
So next, so yeah, Texas Tech. What's scary is that them being in Texas, they got money. They got money too. A&M, Texas,
Yes.
Texas Tech has been spending money. I think they got the top O linemen, or like the top 3 O linemen, the top 3 defensive linemen. Like they're getting players over there. So it's looking to be a problem, man. Everybody's NIL's going up. I mean,
Listen,
even Florida, we went up to 25, 30 million. So that's just
shout outs to Texas Tech. Texas Tech, TCU, and all of them, because I was stationed in Abilene, so I wasn't too far away from Texas Tech and all of them. Now they're going to be a player, and they're going to be a problem.
Yeah, they definitely are. But then finally, ACC championship. I know this is a sore spot. That's why I saved it for last.
No, you're good. Spot.
Man, UVA versus Duke. No, This is not a conference basketball game. We're talking about that football conference championship. Duke versus UVA. And man, oh man, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Manny win the ACC championship before Mario.
Yeah, he did.
Feel as a Miami fan to see this picture with Manny Diaz celebrating the ACC championship.
Listen, congratulations to them. It don't make me feel no kind of way. You know who I blame for this? Jim Phillips and our commissioner. Like, dude, that is the weirdest, stupidest tiebreakers I've ever seen in my entire life. You let them get in because they played tougher competition, which wasn't a lot. Like, I think what the tiebreaker was, they played Wake Forest and a couple of other teams that was like at least 500 or close to decent in the ACC, versus we had to play the bottom feeders and stuff like that. So I mean, overtime game for number one, and like Virginia beat y'all by like almost 3 touchdowns. So it's nothing but respect for that. Shout outs to Duke. You know they haven't won anything in a long time, but basketball or football. So it's it's the ACC. That's all I can say.
Hey man, it's only right. You know what I'm saying? We share the love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. After a great defensive play. Another 4th down inversion there. 4th. They go to a trick play. Taylor threw it back to Moore. It is intercepted! Intercepted by Luke Burgott! And Duke has won the ACC!
Oh yeah, I don't know if you see the ending of that game. Before that play, I think they got back to 15 yards because it was like a personal foul or something like that. Like you can't do that. Like you can't do that. Now instead of being at 25, you're at the 40 now. You can't do that. Like
now, I don't think I've ever seen rankings as far as the polls. You have a team in Miami who's ranked number 10. I think that might be the next highest rated ACC team is Virginia at 20. And Miami doesn't play in the ACC championship. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a team that high. And I think that's what as the issue at the CFP. Like, that's where it's like, it's coming because, like, I don't think we've ever seen that. A team that's ranked top 10 not make the conference championship, let alone even get a chance to play for it, for their own destiny. It's crazy. But shout out to Manny Diaz and Duke.
Yeah.
Them boys won the ACC championship. That's crazy. Like I said,
if you was a betting man and you betted this back and said you'll be rich. You'll be rich.
Ain't no way. If somebody put $5 down on the ACC championship being Duke, you're definitely walking away with at least 5 bands. At least.
Yes.
At least.
Jesus.
But yeah, man, shout out to all of the conference championships, man. So with the conference championships being played, the whole Heisman race. I think the race was between it was between Fernando Mendoza and Diego Pavia, right? That seems like the top 3. After that, you have the Jeremiah Smith, the Loves, the Gunnar Stocktons of the world. But I think it's a 3-man race. At least it was. From what it looks like, Fernando Mendoza sealed that joint. With the win over Ohio State, it's just the beating the logo. Like, clearly Indiana had a better team, but it's just the logo. The logo of power.
Yeah.
I think he cemented his Heisman. That was his Heisman moment. That 3rd and 6, throw down the field all year. He's been balling out. What you think?
Mendoza, I said in the group chat, when they beat Penn State, the play that he made, you're down. I think it was on like the 10 or like 15 yard, like something like that. You drive all the way down there. I think you escaped the play, and then you threw it, and the catch of the year is no debate on that one. The catch of the year, I thought he won the Heisman there, but this just added more to his legacy because it's just like, okay, you can have another Heisman moment. They went to Oregon and beat Oregon. Like, a lot of people forget that. Even last year, I was just like, they haven't played nobody, they haven't beat nobody. But once they beat Oregon, okay. Then it's like, okay, Penn State has your number, and then you make that happen, and then that throw to beat Ohio State. Not only that throw to beat Ohio State for the touchdown, the throw on 3rd and 6. You gotta know how much balls you gotta have. Just like Jeremiah Smith when he caught that pass to beat Notre Dame. Yeah, he won that.
Yeah, man. I think it's the moments. When they look at the stats, I think each person has a argument when it comes to different stats. But man, Mendoza, man, he looked the part. And Diego Pavia, I think it's one of those things. Maybe if he had a game to play, he might have shown something. But I think Mendoza, I think it's only 3 people sitting there in the front. It's a great story for Diego Pavia to be in the Heisman finalist.
Indiana too. Yes.
Yeah. Then you got a player from Indiana. This is just an example of how college football is changing. I think for the better. The effect of the NIL is because you can get a Diego Pavia to Vanderbilt and have him stay at Vanderbilt. You can have a guy like Mendoza go to Indiana, and he's staying at Indiana. We might see it. Usually, you see that guy go to Bama, go to Notre Dame. But what's the benefit? I'm the number 1 ranked team, and it's not like we ain't been top 5, top 10 the last year or two.
And look, shout outs to Mendoza, because remember, we made a historical comeback against Cal. He was the quarterback there. So give him that, and shout outs to the state of Indiana, because if not, they've been on an impressive run with Purdue going to the Natty. You got Indiana. You got what's their name? The Pacers. Like, shout outs to Indiana. They're doing something up there. So I gotta give the state some love.
Oh yeah, shout out to them, man. So I think Diego Pavia is going to get it. I'm constantly checking the CFP to see if they drop while we're on the show. But for now, let's switch over to the coaching. We talk about Kirk Cignetti. We talk about the impact that he's has. There was a huge change in coaching.
Yes.
Starting off with, of course, my Gators. We get John Summerall, which is, I think, a great hire. I was a little not confused, but a little bit at first. I was like, Shout out to my wife. She's standing right on the side. You guys can't see her.
Hello, Mrs.
She's a fool. So yeah, we got John Summerall from Tulane. We're letting him coach. He's in the CFP. He plays most likely will play Ole Miss. Very winnable game. I think it's a great look for us, for Florida, with the coach coming in with that experience and that little swag on his back. But the coaching carousels, which coach do you think, when you think about just the different changes, which one surprised you the most or intrigues you the most?
Like I said, I'm going to be unbiased on this one. The most that intrigues me the most is actually Florida's. This is why, because he's been building Tulane up for quite a while. I think even for me, when Mario came in and everybody was like, okay, y'all got Mario, he's going to get this and stuff like that. The culture changed It's the first thing that needs to happen. And I think with Tulane and that coach and how the way he built that program up, I really think this is a great look for Florida, in my personal opinion, because now you have a person that has to have a culture change because there's a lot of things that's going on. You got to have that culture change, and he can recruit. Like I said before, Tulane been good for I want to say the last 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that's a great hire in my opinion because Tulane's in Louisiana, right? If don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it is.
Now you can also go in and recruit states. That's why I said to me the most intriguing is y'all, and I think it's the best hire because I personally think Lane Kiffin wasn't it wouldn't have been a great hire in my personal opinion.
Yeah, Kirk, he's a nut, man. He's absolutely nut. Like if you watch him on the sideline, he is running up and down the field, arguing, having to be held back by 3 players. Just that passion. We need that in the swamp after having a Billy Napier who's very calm, cool, collected. He is very polite gentleman, great guy. I need somebody that's going to cuss out the ref, maybe get a personal foul for hitting the ref. Something like he's that guy. He's the defensive.
You got to fire up. You got to fire up your team. Like, hey, I'm going out there to. If I have to fuss and cuss them out and stuff like that, that means how much passionate I am, and I know those people are going to run for the wall from me.
Facts. And you're coaching against a Kirby Smart. You're recruiting against a Mario Cristobal. You're recruiting against these big personalities and playing against these big personalities that you have to do that. His hiring of the staff. We got Faulkner from Georgia Tech, their OC.
Oh, that's a good look.
Great hire. I love it. The DC for Kentucky. Even though they had a pretty bad year this year, I think it was just a lot of stuff. Overall, he's had top 25 defenses the last 3 out of the 5 years or something like that. So it's a great look. I can't wait to see what happens with the rest of the staff. Hopefully we keep some people. But
Louisiana.
The
recruiting in Louisiana. I'm telling you.
Kiffin, that circus was absolutely crazy.
That's crazy.
Like they hired him for 70 years, $91 million. That contract is nuts. They still have to pay Brian Kelly $54 million. They're still paying Ed O from his contract from getting fired. It's a lot of money. I forgot about that. Yeah, they're paying a lot of money, but their staff, they got a good staff. They kept Charlie Weiss Jr. from Ole Miss, so they still have that. They kept the defensive coordinator from LSU, who's really good. They kept Corey Raymond. They kept a lot of the pieces that LSU already had because they had to. Like these guys are. They have a choke grip on Louisiana when it comes to recruiting. You can't afford to get rid of Corey Raymond and Baker and all those guys.
Facts.
Your team will fall apart. So he had to keep them. If anything, for year 1, like maybe year 2, we'll see. But the Lane thing was really crazy. Florida was in it. We got out of it.
It was a circus, man. It was a circus.
It was a circus. And then afterwards, you see all the things that's been reported, all of the text messages coming out, the leaks and the photos. And it's just like, if that would happen, if we would have hired Lane for $91 million, and then those reports came out with all that stuff, I'd have been like, yo, we can't catch a break, yo. Like, I'm so happy we didn't get Lane. Like I told people, Lane was Dan Mullen 2.0. I've been saying it for the longest. He was the best coach available at the time when we were going back and forth. But when it started getting a little crazy, I was like, all right, like it ain't worth it. He ain't won nothing. He just was the pretty girl in a pool in a small town. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like you can't be like, okay, I'm going to LSU, but then it's like, I still want to coach with Ole Miss. Like, no, you can't do that. Like then you be poaching. Because then you get like, hey, Ole Miss people, you can't have both. You can't have both.
Yeah. Another one that surprised me. Billy Napier getting hired at JMU was surprising. I was just very surprised. Will Stein getting hired at Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
You don't know he's the OC for Oregon. And he says he's not calling plays. So this is a situation to where when we had a Billy Napier, you're like, please give up play calling. You're not good. Will Stein is a crazy play caller. And he said he's not calling plays for Kentucky, which is, I think, a detriment to them. But I think that was a good hire. A good hire. He's a good recruiter, good play caller. It'll be interesting to see how he coaches.
I'm surprised Stoops lasted that long, but that's a great hire. We'll just gotta see what the rest of his staff is going to be, and that's gonna be very interesting. These coach carousels are going to be great. It's crazy right now.
Now, as a Miami fan, how do you
Hmm.
feel Brian Hartline has left Ohio State? Everybody knows him. He's the best recruiter in the nation. All the wide receivers, the Jeremiah Smith, the Carnell Tates, the Brandon Ennises, all those wide receivers,
JSN, all of them.
all the wide receivers that you see leave Florida and go to Ohio State is because of Brian Hartline. He is now the head coach at USF, right? Is it USF?
Mhm.
UCF?
Yeah,
USF.
no, you're right. You're right, South Florida.
This potentially is going to be a problem. I heard that it's a step in waiting for the Florida State job. Like pretty much it's like he'll be there to kind of get his feet wet coaching, and then if they fire Norvell next year, they're going to go after Brian Hartline. Recruiting wise, if he's not a good OC, if you saw this year, Ohio State,
Terrible.
they he's not a
Like
good,
you got this. You can tell who can call plays versus like, okay, you have just elite talent. Because 9 times out of 10 you're not getting away with that with no talent. You got Jeremiah Smith, you can just throw it up there.
Yeah, it's crazy, but he's the coach. They're going to get good players. I think they'll get more portal guys that first year or two because it's still USF and nobody's really going to go to USF that's like 5-star, 4-star. But I think you'll get them portal guys. I think you'll get a good quarterback. But hopefully he don't go to Florida State. And as a Florida Gator fan,
and as a Miami fan, no,
you know,
please,
Brian
no.
Hartline recruiting the state of Florida. He is.
I love the hire. Recruiting wise, it's not going to be bad for this year. Next year, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
It weakens. It weakens. It's not an elephant in the room. This is the biggest thing. It weakens Ohio State. I don't care what anybody says. The lore, like you had with this guy, getting the Jeremiah Smith, getting the Tates, you're getting the JSNs, you're getting the Lavies, you're getting everybody. Now, it's a problem. It's gonna be a big. I think this is like the chink in the armor. Yesterday, I felt like was a chink in the armor of Ohio State. I think this could be something to where now the playing field in the Big Ten can go back. In my personal opinion, because the wide receivers, and like I said, they'll follow Hartline. A lot of people, the wide receivers are going to follow Hartline.
yeah. They were talking about if Chris Henry Jr. was going to go to USF, 5-star,
Yes.
but he wound up staying with Ohio State. But yeah, man, then you have another coaching scenario. You have where Penn State fired James Franklin. They were the first school to fire their coach. They kicked off this whole carousel thing. They're the last team to hire a coach. They missed out on every single target. They went after Hartline. They went after Stein. They went after Frank. They went after literally every coach and missed out on everybody. But they did wind up hiring Matt Campbell from Iowa State. Iowa State has been respectable. They've been good where they are. But their recruiting class fell apart because James Franklin got hired at Virginia Tech. His players followed them over. They went from like ranked 115th to making the top 25 in recruiting. Penn State, I don't know what they did. I'm not a Penn State guy. Maybe I can find a Penn State guy to really talk about what happened. But for y'all to lose your whole class, and then this hiring process was terrible. Like, do you think Penn State will get back to where James Franklin had them? They were just playing to get into the CFP and playing to, you know what I'm saying, to get into the national championship a few years
that was
ago.
a game away. They was a game away last year because Notre Dame beat them. They was literally a game away from last year. To answer your question, I don't know what's going on in Penn State, and I guess there's certain things like, for example, Florida. There's a couple teams that you have to beat or be in the contention to beat. Georgia is definitely one of them. I would say if you had to play Alabama or LSU, you have a couple, Tennessees, the Kentuckys. There's certain teams they have beat. James Franklin did a great job. He just couldn't get over the hump for those people. And I think, like I said, that was pretty much the end of it because, like, when the NIL came in, it's like I can't keep spending money, and you can't. Now you have like a lot, and then I think the beginning of this year, you say he has most talented roster, but then you still are losing, and like you didn't lose, it spiraled out of control because okay, you lose to Oregon, that's fine. You lost to one of the worst teams at that time was the worst team in UCLA. That's now a trend now because now they started going to a downward spiral. I don't know if Penn State can recover. Also, I want to throw a surprise pick after Florida's your coach, and I said that be scared. I'm talking about Alabama. Be scared of the hire that Auburn picked up as their coach. That coach from University of South Florida, the one that was just there. Be scared of that hire.
Golish, they're excited, man. I talked to a guy from Auburn. They're excited, which they should be. Golish offense. That's a guy that Florida was. That we were like, when he got hired at Auburn, we took Summerall. We were like, why not Golish? But it's a great hire for Auburn, man. His offense is crazy. I think they're going to get that Brown kid that was at USF. I think he's going to. If he goes there, he may have one of them crazy years. That the kid is talented. He can ball. And they just had their quarterback hit the I think Jackson Arnold or something like that.
Yeah, Jackson Arnold, the one that got replaced by the quarterback that they had now in that game. Yes.
So Golish is going to be a problem. And then DeBoer, man, like at Bama, that's the whole thing with the LSU hire. But they're talking about getting Lane Kiffin because Lane Kiffin won Alabama. Like he wanted, it was like one of the things like he wanted Florida, but Florida wasn't going to give him what he wanted. He really wanted to be Saban Jr. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
If DeBoer keeps losing these games, like he got to the SEC championship, he lost. He's losing games to where they're campaigning to be in the CFP. That ain't what Bama does. That is not the expectation at Bama. Period. I don't know that he stays much longer if he continues to.
Yeah, you can't have these elite wins against Georgia, and then like last year you lost to Vanderbilt, then you got smacked by Oklahoma. Now, if you look at it this year, it's like okay, we beat all these contending teams, but we lost to Oklahoma. But then we had to survive against South Carolina, Eastern Illinois. I'm not counting that one. You struggle against LSU, who ain't had a coach, and then Auburn. You're up 17-6, and then all of a sudden you're in a dogfight, and then you get dog walk like this. I agree with you because I'm just like, you can't have these tailspins at the end of the season.
Yeah, like you just can't, man. And I don't know, how long they're gonna take that, especially when they know they can go get a Kiffin or something.
Oh yeah, inside information. My wife, my in-laws and them are all Alabama fans. Trust me. It's not a good look right now.
Oh yeah. It's I wouldn't be surprised if he goes, man. It's just who do you go? I mean, they can go get Lane, and I think they don't have any cancellation like stuff in the contract to where if he leaves, he has to pay back a certain amount and all this. It's just like a buyout, and that's it. So in the next year or two, keep an eye out for that. LSU, don't be too comfortable with Lane, man. Lane is going to Lane every single time.
He does every single time. USC should know. Who was it? Quite a few teams should know.
Right. Now let me see. Did they drop they go through the bowls? It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while. All right. So let's go based off of what is projected. Right. There's a projected, CFP as far as what we're seeing. Let me see if all right, none of these are in there. All right, cool. So we have what is expected to be Notre Dame, JMU at 12, Tulane at 11, Bama at 10, Notre Dame at 9, Oklahoma at 8, A&M at 7, Mississippi, Ole Miss at 6, Oregon at 5, Texas Tech at 4, UJ at 3, Ohio State and Indiana. Based off of this, and again, this is just based off of what it was 2 hours ago. That by the time people rewatch this may have changed. We don't know. Miami could be number 12. Who knows? What do you see happening with this setup right here?
Okay, with this setup, I honestly, if I had to go with it, you want me to just give you the final four, then who I think will play for the next championship, or you going game by
You
game?
go game by game.
Okay, Notre Dame versus Oklahoma. I think Notre Dame is going to beat them by at least maybe 10, 13 points because they're humming on offense and defense. And I don't think Carr, I think his name is Carr, has that boy from when we played them to now is looking nice. So I got Notre Dame winning the game. Oregon's going to shellac them. I really think Alabama and A&M might beat them by like 2 or 3 touchdowns because Alabama's running backs are hurt, but also like their defense and stuff is hurt. And I think A&M is just A&M gonna be like, okay, yeah, we lost to Texas Tech. Now we need to take it out somebody. If they do get in, the board don't show up again, and they look like they did then, he might not last this off season. Ole Miss and Tulane. That's going to be a fight because now you're going to see how are they going to look after Lane Kiffin left and some other people. So that I think there'll be a toss-up game to me.
All right, so then that will mean Notre Dame versus Indiana, Texas Tech versus Oregon, A&M versus Ohio State, UGA versus toss-up. Yeah. So what do you got going after that? Final four.
The Final Four, I would say, that Indiana and Notre Dame game. We seen what they did last year, but it's a totally different year, and it'll be at a neutral site. I'm probably going to give the edge to Indiana because Indiana has played tougher opponents. Since I'll give it Indiana, but it'll be a close game. I would say, that Oregon and Texas Tech. Oregon, to me, haven't really beaten nobody this year, so I think they'll actually have to play a team that's like them, but actually is better on defense. I like Texas Tech to win that game. So Indiana and Texas Tech in the Final Four. Ohio State versus Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M might get Ohio State because I think now the blueprint is out on how to beat Ohio State because Texas A&M got the athletes. I just got to see if the trust in Marcel Reed is going to happen. I think Georgia, whoever they play against in that bottom one, is going to win there. So I got Georgia, A&M, Texas Tech, Indiana, and then to go to the Natty. Styles make fights, and styles make it in the game. So Indiana might be the child of destiny, but I think Texas Tech, for some strange reason, like you're going to have to beat them. You have to beat them. So if I have to go into that, it would probably be Texas Tech in Georgia. Then where the chips may fall there. That's just my humble opinion right now. If this is what's going on there, those are the two teams happening in Natty.
All right, he got Texas Tech in Georgia. All right, so I got something totally different. I love the show. First game, Notre Dame, Oklahoma. I got Oklahoma winning. Oklahoma's defense is them boys is nasty. I don't think Notre Dame's offense is good enough to beat Oklahoma, but I don't know if Oklahoma's offense is going to be good enough to beat Notre Dame. So I think that's the question. But I got Oklahoma going there. Oregon, I got Oregon smacking JMU.
Yes,
I have Tulane beating Ole Miss. I think
that'd be a good one.
I think with Charlie Weiss Jr. coaching and them not having Lane to be that final decision maker, I don't know that they're going to be able to stop Tulane. As far as with their offense, Tulane's offense is pretty good, and their defense is amazing. So it'll be interesting to see that. Now, Ole Miss might win the talent contest if it gets close, and they may just be bigger, faster, stronger type thing. But I'm gonna go with Tulane, man. Then Texas A&M and Bama. I have Bama beating A&M. I think them losing this game this past weekend will put a little fire under them. Texas A&M really hasn't played anybody this year, and when they did, they lost.
And they had no running backs. I don't know. They're going to have to beat the passing.
and it might be. And like I said, I don't know that. A&M's offense can really get busy with Bama's defense.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, defense. Bama still put UGA, had them boys under lock and key on defense for the most part.
Yeah.
Then after that, you got Bama versus Ohio State. I got Ohio State beating Bama. I think they'll work it out. I think they'll make up for losing the Big Ten championship. They played well. Again, their defense is amazing. Offense,
Hold on. Breaking news: Bama stays at 9th. Ooh. They stay at 9th? Oh my God. Now you have the Miami Notre Dame conversation now.
Yeah, because now it's like I've never been a fan of lose the conference championship. The conference championship shouldn't have a negative effect on the people who played in it.
Let me ask you a question. Then why Georgia's not 3-time national champion then? Because Bama beat them and they were undefeated. They dropped.
No, I mean in the sense of like dropping them out.
I get you.
Reseeding, absolutely, but dropping out, I don't think you should get dropped out because of a conference championship. Then you got Tulane versus UGA. UGA is going to smack them. Texas Tech versus Oregon. I have Texas Tech beating them. And then Oklahoma versus Indiana. I have Indiana winning. Then I have Indiana beating Texas Tech. I think Indiana's just a complete team. I think they're just too physical.
That's nothing wrong. Like I said, that would be a toss-up game. Like,
yeah, I think they're too physical. I have UGA beating Ohio State and the semis. And then I have Indiana versus UGA. And shocker, I got Indiana winning it all. I think Indiana is physical enough to go toe-to-toe.
Miami's in, baby. Let's go. Now change it. We're number 10. So Texas A&M versus Miami.
Oh shit. Texas A&M. Okay, so if I change Texas A&M to Miami, I have Texas A&M winning. No, I mean, and that's I'm not.
It'll be a good game. I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna be a good game. But Miami is too like up and down. I think Miami is too up and down for that. Let me get this out the way because we got it. I think Miami is too up and down for that.
I got a question. Let's bypass that one. Now it's Alabama versus Oklahoma. Wow. We just saw this game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma. Wow.
Man. And so that's something I was talking about as far as Notre Dame and the Miami conversation. I think if it wasn't for the media outrage, right, for the Miami Notre Dame conversation, you had everybody. Like, I don't think there's been a conversation or a topic where everybody across the board was like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you can't devalue the head-to-head competition unless it's like unless your resume is just so much better. Like if Notre Dame lost to Miami, but they beat Florida State and they beat Bama and they beat you, and you know what I'm saying, they were beating these top teams, then you could be like, all right, look, may I finish the same record, but this resume way better than this resume. Give it to them. But I think when you have that, they're close, like they both lost, they both won, and then you have the head-to-head. And I think if they didn't put Miami in, you're setting a precedent. Like every school was like, yo, we're just canceling all of the big name cross conference game. Like, why am I going, if I'm Florida, why am I going to play Miami and Michigan? For what? Like if I'm Miami, why am I playing Bama week 1? For what? Like what's the benefit?
Two things for me, and this is why I think we made the playoffs. The head-to-head is number 1. Another metric in there that they do have is common opponents. Every common opponent we played, with the exception of Syracuse, when they did that whole switching quarterbacks things, Miami has beaten those teams that are common opponents with Notre Dame bad. I think what hurt Notre Dame, like I said, it's my honest opinion, non-biased. Stanford scored 20 points on y'all. They only scored 7 on this. I think that, in my personal opinion, the head-to-head and the common opponents is the reason why we're in the playoffs.
Yeah. And you can't argue that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you just can't. Like, some things that are facts versus opinion, right? And I think when you have so much black and white to stack,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not opinion based, it's like, yo, you can see how they did to them. Boom, 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 boom. I think that's where you have the Miami thing. I don't know why this whole time Miami was ranked behind Notre Dame. I think it was just they were setting themselves up, and I guarantee you, the only reason they changed is because you had Bama talking about changing their schedule. You had you had all these schools talking about, okay, we're changing our schedule. We're not playing the tough cost. Like, it takes away from the big games. Like, why would Miami play Notre Dame ever again?
Yeah, and every conference now is going to 9 conference games now. So now that just puts an extra. I totally agree.
So now you made the cross conference games important again. Now you made the strength of schedule important again, because now you just shown us like, okay, y'all do respect it. So yeah, let me go ahead and play a big boy, because I may need that extra push at the end. I may need that win over Notre Dame to get me over. I might need that win over Michigan to get me over. That win over Oregon, because especially if you're in the ACC, who they've shown that they do not respect you guys' strength of schedule. They don't respect anything. So the ACC needs those Notre Dames, needs those Big Ten games, those SEC crossover games, because I got to show that, we play Virginia Tech and the Dukes and stuff, but I can also play with the big boys, the Big Ten and the SEC.
I think, in my personal opinion, I think too, this helps out Miami because now revenue and everything like that. But if you think about the playoffs the last 2 years, you had Georgia. You haven't really had no representation in Florida because, we all
out.
Out. And boy, I know it's gonna be chaos. And it's just,
it shouldn't be.
No, I'm saying it's gonna be chaos because you know how Twitter's on fire right now. This is gonna be set ablaze.
I think it would have been worse if Miami was left out. Now, for me, like as a Florida fan, the jokes, I have all the jokes for days. You know what I'm saying? But as a football fan, as a college football fan, Miami, if the conversation is between Miami and Notre Dame, Miami gets it. Now, if you would have said whoever, whatever else had a better schedule, whatever. Yeah. But between those two, if those two were for the last spot, you got to give it to the guys who had the head-to-head. Now it hurts. It hurts them because they love Notre Dame. I think this might be the first CFP since it started.
Yes. Notre Dame bias been there since 1989.
The NCAA football loves Notre Dame, bro. I can't stand it. It's annoying. Maybe this prompts Notre Dame to be like, yo, we got to join the conference.
How do you think the playoffs the criteria changes next year? Because now you have an Alabama that made the championship game not getting punished. Miami got in and we didn't by a tiebreaker or whatever and stuff like that. But now it's like, okay, now something about the criteria has got to change or you got to put more teams in. What do you think?
I think a little bit of both. I think you put more teams in. And I also think that the criteria, you have to have a solidified criteria. This whole eye test, opinion stuff, blah, blah, is trash. You got to have something defined. You're like, head-to-head matters. Strength of schedule matters. Strength of schedule, of course, can move based off of, how teams play, based off what's projected and stuff. But the head-to-head matters more than anything because that's the only measurement that we have that is concrete. Like, you can't change the fact that Miami beat Notre Dame, regardless of how you want to slice it. It happened.
Yeah.
So I think that, and I think adding teams and no buys, like stop the no more buys. Like,
yeah, it's like
everybody
it's
plays.
either March Madness don't have no buys. They don't have no buys at all. It may be a playing game, but they play the next day or 2 days later.
Right. Now, I'm fine with the automatic bids. If you're going to take in, I think if you go to 16 teams, right?
Yeah.
Then you can take in ACC, Big 10, Big 12, SEC, the American Conference, and the Sun Belt, right? Those are 6 main Division One. You can take those 6, and the champion is an automatic bid. And then from there, it's the top rank. And I think everybody plays like that first one. Hey, man, Tulane might got to go into to UGA. They might got to play. You know what I'm saying? You might got to see JMU going to LSU. That's one. Or you might have to see Bama go to Tulane. You might have to see them go to JMU. And I think that's the best way to do it. I think if you have the 16 teams, you have the automatic bids for the 6 conferences of Division I football, and then it's top ranked from there. That just solidifies everything, I think. And then from there, no buys. Like, everybody plays. Like, because the issue is the conference championship games. If those teams, whatever team that is in the conference championships, those other teams playing. Like, John Gruden made a video. It's like, yo, okay, you have Bama playing UGA. Cool. What's the ranking at? Like, what's the ranking? Go, let them play. So let them have that week where it's only Notre Dame. I mean, it was only Navy and Army.
Yeah, Army.
That could be
put them games in there.
That could be the first round of the 16. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And just go from there, yo. And I think it makes every bowl game important. It makes all of the championship games important. You have more teams, and it's better TV. Like, could you imagine a big school like UGA having to go play at Memphis? Like, it would be amazing to see that. Like, it would be amazing to see. And I think it gets you out of the questions as far as like, oh man. I mean, you're still going to have the scenarios of like the Miami Notre Dame situation, but and I think it'll be less dramatic.
Yes, I agree. More revenue, more TV sharing. Also, like I said before, now you get a playoff atmosphere in those first round games and home field advantage towards those. It makes for good things, and I think, like I said, I agree with you with the give me the automatic bids for getting a week off and stuff like that, because the game you're going to play now is going to be at whatever bowl site it is now. So whatever advantage that you had, you had a week off, but now it's a neutral field.
Yep. So it's set, man. The top 12 is set. The first team out is what?
Yeah, the Notre Dame, and I want to say BYU. They were the second team, but Notre Dame is definitely out, so they're the first team out.
Yeah. Hey man, that's how the cookie crumbles, man. You got to win those games. And Madison is 12-1. They did what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Spain 11-2. They won their championships. They should be awarded for that. But I think, should Notre Dame probably be in that? Are they good enough to be up there? Absolutely.
Yes.
So I think they'll go to the 16. I think this was a precursor, like ground zero of you need more games.
Yes.
Like, this is that you need more.
Also, you need to schedule some better opponents. I know you understand. Like, again, they played the NC States. They played Purdue's. They played Boston College, Syracuse.
Man.
Like, those are terrible teams.
Notre Dame's their schedule. Yeah, they played Miami, A&M. They lost to both of them. Then they played Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, USC, Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. It's like that's what was about to happen if y'all didn't get them. If y'all put them over Miami, that's the schedule that everybody would have had. Y'all talk about the SEC scheduling against the Citadel and these HBCUs in Division III. Oh, you was about to see a crazy.
But non-biased opinion, like I said, I can understand the SEC because y'all it's a gauntlet. So I respect that. Even though I talk stuff about it, it's still a gauntlet. You have to show up every single game. And that's why I didn't like that Notre Dame was over Alabama. I'm just like, okay, Alabama did lose to Oklahoma, but then you just see the 4 or 5 games that they won in a row. And not only that, a lot of them were on the road. Like, are you serious?
Right. We got a live reaction right now from Miami. We got a live reaction. We gotta share.
Unc. Yeah, he had to get some love because the Cowboys are terrible.
Hey man, shout out to Michael Irvin, yo. That man's crazy. But shout out to Miami. Y'all made the playoff by the skin of y'all teeth.
Yes.
But I think the committee saved college football.
Oh boy, I think it was gonna burn down. They were like, bring back BCS.
I've never seen, like I said, the national media outrage. Because at first I was like, oh no, Miami's not getting in. But then, like when I started looking at the, like you say, the head-to-head and the strength of schedule and the common teams, I was like, oh, well, Miami should be in. That's easy. And then you started saying the Kirk Herbstreits, the Paul Feinbaum. You started saying all the people who are traditionally trash talk about how Notre Dame should be left out. And how I was like, if you're getting all these crazy folk on one accord from all over, maybe this is a situation to where, you know what I'm saying, Miami.
And Joey Galloway, let's not forget about it.
Yeah.
They didn't make it against the spread. What's the point? This is college football. You do realize that you can lose on any given Saturday or Sunday.
You know. Well, look, so there we have it, man. I don't think they play any games this weekend coming up.
No, they don't. They put it's only the Army Navy game, and then next weekend, the weekend after is when the game starts.
Okay.
So
yeah, man. So next week we'll be able to talk more about the final rankings. There's going to be some crazy stuff happening this week as far as just the outcry from Notre Dame people, the traditionalists. They're going to have the people. It's going to be all over the place, man.
This is going to be good.
So yeah, this is going to be good. Next week, we'll be able to talk about what happened from today on. And that's it, man. Kels, what you got going on for the rest of the week before we sign out, man?
Pretty much feeling great. Probably go, of course, watch the football games because we got to see how my team do Sunday night because we lost to Dallas. I'm not mad that we lost to the game. It's a lot of PIs, but guys, I'm trying to see what's going on and going to happen to these playoffs because now there's no room for error. Like Dallas done lost to the Lions. Philly? You got to win. Like the playoff race is heating up, so this is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to. What about you?
We'll be able to dig more into the playoff picture next week as well. I'm resting, man. Last night I went to the Brandy Monica, the Boys Mind tour.
How was that?
Man, it was amazing, man. We were front and center, and when I say front and center, I mean we were front and center. It was crazy. Like I don't think it was nuts. It was nuts. Like I was in Kelly Rowland's face, and she smiled.
Yeah, I saw the Keisha Cole one too. Like with the video, man.
Yeah, shout out Keisha Cole. My wife threw up the the heart thing. She threw a heart thing at Keisha Cole at the end. Monica, we threw the sign. Like when I say like front and center, like maybe 5 feet away at them. Like we're at the gate. So they were there.
Okay.
It was great. You can smell Kelly Rowland cocoa butter. No, I'm just playing. It was amazing, man. All of them were beautiful. They all sounded amazing. It was a great show, man. I don't think I can ever sit not in the front row at a concert. I think me and my wife were talking about it. Like for our favorites, like she's a big Brandy fan from like when she's like 9-10 years old. So this was a thing for her. But like yeah, the next big concert, like next Kendrick concert or something like that. Something like we're sitting. I gotta be in the very front row. I gotta be able to connect. I gotta be able to connect with the artist right then and there, man. So it was dope, man. If y'all don't go to concerts, go to concerts. It's a great experience, man. It's mad fun. But other than that, I'm chilling, man. I'm watching football, any way I can. I'll probably check out some of the Texas high school playoffs.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy. They some big boys down there. A couple of Gator commits are playing down here, Duncanville and DeSoto and all that. So I might slide down there and watch a game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Jerry House. But that's it, man. Next week we'll have Steve back. Maybe my camera froze crazy. We'll see what happens. That's a crazy still shot.
No, that's a good one.
But yeah, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video, man. Comment, let us know you watched. Let us know what you think the playoffs are going to be. Give us your picks of who you think is going to win it all. Kels, I appreciate you coming on, man.
No problem. This is historical. Like, this is a historical day. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. And you were here to see it. We got your live reaction.
Yeah.
Timing on there, so we're good to go. I don't know. My camera just went out at the end. For y'all, man, appreciate you guys.
I don't know if you muted or not.
Peace out.
I ain't never played sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.